So someone asked me, Kirk, out of all the women that you've been with, which one do you remember the most? Which one stayed on your mind the longest? And I will tell you the truth. It's not what you think. There was this woman that I was with. And that was when I was into playing games, lying, cheating big time. My ego was huge. We would argue, and if I didn't like what I heard, I would walk out and leave. I would slam the door. I would get up from the tables and walk outside. And that woman I remember the most because that woman is the only woman who didn't follow me around when I left. When I left, she didn't call me. She didn't text me and ask me why. As a matter of fact, when I get up and left, she didn't even put her head up. She just kept doing what she was doing. And I didn't understand. I thought my way of controlling the situation was to get outside and she followed me, to argue with her and she nags, right? I thought I would bring up something and walk out. And she just showed me that she cares by walking out. I had a toxic mentality, that ridiculous thought process. And I remember one day I left, we had an argument. I was saying something. Oh, she caught me in something. This is a long time ago. She caught me in something, and I of course, when she asked me what did I do, or she caught me in some trouble. And for me, I had to deflect. And my deflection was, I had to bring up something that she did. I got up and walked out of the house. And she lived about 2 hours away. She didn't text me, and it was nighttime. She didn't call me. As a matter of fact, I called her an hour later. I thought she would come outside and follow me, but she called me I called her an hour later, and she didn't answer. And then I called her again, and she picked up. She said, "What do you want?" I said, "So you're not gonna call me to see if I'm okay?" She said, "You're grown. You made your decision. You left." I said, "Well, and with an argument, should I come back?" She said, "No, don't come back. Don't come back." She said, "You're a grown man. You can't use your own words. You can't speak. You can't say what you feel without doing something, walking out." She said, "Don't come back." She said, "I'm good." She said, "No, you're good, man." And I that day, it left me kind of speechless, because I think as I was growing up, a lot of people wanted me. Seriously. I was fit. I was good looking, I think. Good career. And a lot of women wanted me. So nobody ever really did that to me. But when she did that, it kind of made me think. She's the one person that called me a narcissist. Excuse me, I'm in a hotel. And she called me a narcissist. And I didn't know what that meant. And she called it to me about 3 or 4 times, and I never understood. And then I started doing some research, and I realized what those type of people do in relationships. And I think that was when I began my changing. That's when I began to realize, shit, I had issues. I was a narcissist, but I realized I had some problems. That's not what a grown man does. What the grown men do. That's not how a grown man act and behave and carry myself. And I began to read, and I began to research, and that's began my journey. I was in the same cycles continuously, doing the same crap, looking for stimulation from women. And this is why I believe, do not look for stimulation from men. All this, you gotta be able to stimulate my mind. You see, when you have a boring mind, a bored mind, you always seek new things and new relationships and new women and new men. This is why I believe that you shouldn't seek stimulation. Stimulation is supposed to be your job. You should be able to stimulate yourself. And I learned that from her. She taught me a whole lot without teaching me, because she didn't accept my foolishness. Not the first, not the second time. She called me out on everything that I did. And that's why I speak on accountability now. See, I always wasn't this person. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know. But I became grown and I grew up. And I was like, damn, what the hell was I doing all these years? She stands out in my mind only because she made me think and reflected what I was doing. She made me see what I was doing. She made me see how I was doing. She made me see how toxic I really was, how messed up I was. Ridiculous. Listen, a lot of times, it's not the one who let things go and let things be and let the man cheat and lie and don't call him out, and still take him back and still play games and still act like, it's not those ones that the men remember. Not the ones who could walk over you and you just let them walk over you all the time. You're not the ones that they remember. Because when a man or someone disrespects you multiple times, they will never regain their respect for you. Do you understand that? When somebody loses respect for you and do disrespectful things to you, they will never respect you again. Because once you lost respect for someone, it's hard to get it back. Think about it. When you lost respect for that person, was it easy to get back? It was hard, because the way how you see them change. So when you let somebody do disrespectful things and keep doing it and you still stay. Now, don't get me wrong, you can't stop a man or woman from doing what they want to do, but you don't have to stay and endure all that stupid, that's foolishness. You can actually pick up and go. When you let somebody keep disrespecting you, and I think the thing is, you think that sooner or later they're gonna see your value. Sooner or later they're gonna see what you're worth, because you're gonna stay and you're gonna stay and you're gonna stay and be their mats and their doormats and their foot mats. But it's not the case. The more they disrespect you is the least value that they see in you. They begin to see less and less value in you. They begin to find less and less value. You have to understand that. The one who keep letting you walk, or the one that you keep letting walk over you, you're not the one that he remembers. He remembers more the one who didn't let him. And I'm telling you, now I know you are gonna ask me, well, did you all work it out? Where is she now? Do you miss her? It's not like that. No, I don't miss her. No, it's nothing like that. I apologized years and years ago. When I tried to anyways, but it wasn't supposed to work. She was not in a good place either. But that's not the case. That's not why I did what I did. I did what I did because I was messed up. I wasn't where I was supposed to be. I was tore up. I think because I was going through hell. And when somebody is suffering, they make you suffer. They cause suffering to your life. I caused suffering to many people's life in the past. This is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. I broke our society a lot, so now I can do some work to bring some understanding and some fixture towards it. You know what I mean? But that's the person that sticks out the most. The one person who didn't let me get away with what I did. She called me out every single time. I couldn't do something twice. She just knew. She wasn't nagging. She wasn't fighting. She wasn't arguing. Messed me up. I wasn't used to that. That's the one who made me realize, let me stop this stupid games. Tell me what you think. I'll see you guys later. But that's the one. Somebody asked me that anyways.